Hello, this is Dr. Jillian Camwell, Professor of Oboe at Troy University in Troy, Alabama. This is the second video for the 2020 Alabama High School All-State Audition pieces. The first is the lyrical exercise, and this one is the technical exercise, or the fast etude, number 2 of Ferling's 48 studies for oboe or saxophone. The metronome marking for this is quarter note equals 104, but that is merely a suggested target. If you cannot play this comfortably, cleanly, rhythmically, accurately at 104, you should not be auditioning at 104. We'd much rather hear it at a slower tempo with clean and accurate rhythms. The articulations are very specific in this etude and must be observed. In my recording of this etude, I will play the entire excerpt. However, for your audition, you can stop at the downbeat of measure 10. Right there. Lucky you. There are some very tricky rhythms in this piece, and the first one is in the very first measure, which comes back throughout the etude. I would suggest playing this first without the dotted rhythm at the end of the first beat and simply playing them as 4 16th notes. Da-da-da-dum, da-da-dum-dum-da-da-dum-dum-dum. So you would have those 8 da-da-dum-dum-da-da-dum-dum-dum. When we play the dotted rhythm, the 32nd note acts as a pickup to the next beat, making it a little bit easier to place. Da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum, da-dum. The staccato 16ths at the end of that measure should be played in a light manner, but not too short and pecky. It's very easy for oboists to sound short, but it's also very easy for us to sound too short. It doesn't sound natural or musical if we play with too short of an articulation. Instead, aim for more of a ha-ha-ha sound on those 16th notes. Playing with a consonant of a tut at the end of each of those staccato notes will slow up your tongue and slow down your rhythm throughout the entire etude. So instead, imagine an H at the end of your sound, ta-ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta-ta. The next bar has some challenges in the groupings of 2 16th note. In order to play these without squishing the notes together and playing rhythmically inaccurately, we should put a little bit of a stress on the beginning of each of these groupings. It acts as a mini accent without it sounding necessarily louder. Instead of playing the second note clipped, imagine the first note has a slight emphasis, resulting in a sound like dawa, 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 instead of da-wet, 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 placing the accent on the wrong part of the beat. When I first start practicing this little excerpt, I'll go through and mark all my F fingerings, just like we did with the lyrical exercise. The first problematic F that we come across is in the third measure, with the F following that low B natural. We can either play a forked F or a regular F. Left F would be too hard to get to after the low B natural. I have a preference of playing a regular F here, because going from a forked F to that E natural following the F is just a little bit too sloppy. So playing the regular F, I find there's plenty of time to get from that low B to a regular F fingering, since we are articulating the F on the octave above, 2 octaves above. The F later in that measure, I would play a left F here, and if you do not have a left F on your oboe, you will need to play forked F. But if you have a left F, then please utilize it as much as you can. Measure 4, I would use again a left F here, a left F here. And you can go ahead and mark all the Fs in the rest of the excerpt. The next tricky passage involving that dotted rhythm again is in measure 7, but this is even harder than the beginning because of the intervals that you're playing throughout that measure. They need to be clean and without notes filling in the intervals. One tricky part is playing from a C to an A, and students will either put their A finger down before their first finger in their right hand, that F sharp key, is lifted, resulting in a blip of a B flat between the C and the A, or they'll lift the F sharp key first, that first finger in the right hand, before the A key goes down, and resulting in a B natural in between the two. So we really want to make sure that those fingers are moving simultaneously and cleanly. One last note to mention is this high D. If you have not listened to the lyrical etude yet, please note that we're using the full D fingering for your high D, which is Haffle 2, 3, open, and that is our E key, open, and our low C key. Remember, as you're practicing and preparing this etude, to breathe rhythmically, think rhythmically, and play rhythmically. Exhale before you inhale, and you should be playing it fast enough, even at a slower tempo than 104, that you can make it in one breath from the beginning to measure 10. I hope this has been helpful, and I wish you all the best of luck for All-State 2020. Have a great time. Thank you very much.